Hello, this is Winson, and today I'm going to talk about collecting 1,000 rejections. So when you are just starting out playing basketball, you throw the ball and you try to get it in the ring, but the first time you throw it in the ring, you won't learn anything, but it's the first step of getting started. So after you shoot 10, you are starting to get warmed up, and after you have thrown 50, you are starting to get into the flow. And after you've thrown it 100 times, you start to see patterns, and you start to know how to stand, and you know how to throw the ball, how much power you should use. After 1,000 times, you probably could know how to dribble and know how to get past somebody that is standing in front of you, or you know how to shoot over the person that's in front of you. So another example that you could use with collecting 1,000 rejections is that, like me before, I would go to interviews, and I would go to one interview and I wouldn't know what I would be saying wrong, and after 10 interviews I'm just getting used to getting dressed and go and see the boss that's going to hire you, and after 50 interviews, you start to get into the flow, and you get used to answering, how to answer. So you don't want to make a lot of mistakes when you go to the interview. So you want to practice at home, and you can make all these mistakes at home or with your friends, so you can get your friend to ask you interview questions, and you can practice with your friends, so you don't need to make the mistakes when you're at the interview. But hopefully you don't need to have 100 interviews. And so this theory or formula also works with starting up a business. So maybe your first business, of course you will learn something. So that is why, for most businesses, you would try to not invest a lot of money, because if you invest a lot of money and you don't know what you're doing, you might lose a lot of money. So you want to keep entrepreneuring and keep learning from the process. And when you starting 10 business up, you will learn a lot of things after 10 business startups. My first 10 business probably didn't take off, making some money, but still profitable, but for a little profit. And after you hit the 50th business, you will learn a lot by then, and you know how to talk to people, how to generate leads, how to do marketing, how to give better customer service. After 100 businesses, now you will see patterns. You can learn all this at a business school, but it won't be as real in the real life, because in real life things happen, different kind of things happen. But like, yeah, you can now after you try starting 100 business up, of course it will cost you a lot of time and money to learn how to run the businesses. Now of course you don't need to start up 100 business, you can just like work with 1 or 2 business and keep modifying it to keep it going. Like, you got to have like version 1, version 2, version number 3, and you keep changing it. It's like writing a book. Like, the first thing of like writing a book is write everything that you know, and then afterwards you come back to it. You just try to keep all the useful stuff, and then you give it to a friend or someone to help you how to make the book better, and that be the 3rd version of the book. And when it get published, someone else, after it get published, someone might say they want to add something to it or make change to it, and then it be like the 4th or 5th version of the book, and then it becomes a really good book then. So this also applies to selling. So when you first selling and your first sale, you won't learn anything, you might not even get a sale from it. But after you talk to 10 customers, you start to get in the flow of knowing what to say. And after 10 or 50 cold callings or like talking to customers, you will know what to say. And then after after 100, you start to see patterns, and you will know what the customers want, and you need to know what kind of information to give the customers. And because customers buy from you when you give them extra knowledge, they change their mind of purchase from the information you give them. Because customers usually don't buy from you because they don't know what value your product or service. So you need to explain to them and educate them about your service, your company, your product. And when they have extra information about you and about your service, then they will buy from you. So that's what you need to do. You need to start going out there and start collecting your 1,000 rejection.